That's right, boys. Welcome to the side of the ring because it's time for some ringside rumors. In an interview with WAZ, what the hell is WAZ? Wazed. Okay, I think it's like a German wrestling newsletter. Ludwig Kaiser pushed back on the rumor that WWE was planning to bury Gunther on television shortly before Vince McMahon's resignation from the company in July. Kaiser said there were no indications that Vince was changing his mind about Gunther. All right, great. I mean, okay, it makes sense. If you really sit down and think about it, it makes sense because he's a total package. He's got the mic skills, he's got the in-ring work, he's got the look, you know. I mean, the most change that he did was he called him Gunther. He called him Gunther. And then he put the red trunks on him, and that was pretty much it. Nothing else really happened, you know. I swear I thought about it, and I was like, oh, of course he was going to do that. Because I wouldn't put it past Vince to, like, have somebody like Gunther and be like, I don't like him anymore, you know. But then when you think about it, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, both of them are plausible. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Both are plausible. So I'm glad that it was pretty much debunked that no, there was really no indication that he was going to get pushed down the card. Next, according to Wrestling Observer Newsletter, Kenny Omega's contract with AEW expires on January 30th, 2023. However, AEW has the option to extend that date by 9 months until the end of October because that's how much time he missed due to injury. Okay. Well, I mean, it really depends on what. Okay. Well, okay. It doesn't sound like they're getting rid of him. That's what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like they have any indication, any reason to get rid of him or the Young Bucks. It sounds like they are more than likely trying to figure out what to do with CM Punk and Ace Steel more so than they are with Kenny and the Young Bucks. So I would say, yeah, that's probably a good idea to do that because he missed time due to injury, but really that's up to Kenny Omega if he actually wants to make that time up, you know? Because he was always talking about, oh, my body hurts and I've had surgery and all this sort of stuff. So, I mean, if he doesn't want to extend his contract, then I completely understand. Next, NXT stars Josh Briggs, Brooks Jensen, and Fallon Henley all competed on this week's main event taping and defeated main roster talent, leading to speculation that WWE will call them up to Raw or SmackDown soon. Great. Here's to them showing up on the main roster at some point. Next, Wrestling Observer Radio's Dave Meltzer said Andrade is not, quote, on good terms with AAA. Why? Last year, there was a plan for Andrade to win the AAA Mega Championship from Omega, but it didn't happen, perhaps due to a financial disagreement. I don't know. I don't know why he's not with why do you do that? And now I was about to say, now it's loading. But Kenny Omega still wins. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I swear to God. Yeah. I remember this because, I swear, wasn't he actually supposed to win? And then something happened? Because I swear, Kenny Omega was like, I don't mind losing. I swear to God, Kenny was like, I'm happy to do the job. I'm happy to. But, like, they didn't. And I forget why. It's been so long. I forget why they did that. But I swear, I remember this topic. Perhaps due to financial agreements. So, no, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it could be. I can't really talk about it because I have no idea. Meltzer added that Andrade has interest in wrestling for NJPW, which isn't possible if he was working with AAA due to the political situation between NJPW, CMLL, and AAA. Now, I remember this. I remember there was I swear it was because it was during Forbidden Door, right? When it was like, oh, Andrade can't wrestle at the Forbidden Door pay-per-view because he's on bad terms with NJPW or something like that. I don't know what that means. I don't know. But he has interest if he's with AAA. And that was another thing, too, because I think AAA, because it was AAA didn't like NJPW. Like, AAA and NJPW are not on, they are the ones who are not on good terms. And they were like, all right, well, fuck you. You're not getting him, pretty much, I think. Right? I don't 100% know. Feel free to correct me. And finally, while discussing the Young Bucks' new sneaker deal, Meltzer told Wrestling Inc. that AEW originally planned to, quote, promote it hard on TV, but that didn't happen due to their current suspension from the company. Well, that makes sense. Can't really talk about two people that are currently suspended and also going through legal trouble, and then you want to go, by the way, they got shoes, so that's really not a good look. What did we talk about? I don't know. What else do you want me to talk? What do you want me to add? In an interview, Ludwig Kaiser was like, hey man, don't listen to any of the dirt sheets, okay? Gunther wasn't getting unpushed, which is good. But at the same time, I could understand why Vince McMahon would immediately just be like, actually, no. You know, because he's done that before. Kenny's contract could be extended for an extra 9 months because of injury, and it also expires on January 30th, 2023. Honestly, that's up to Kenny on what he wants to do and how far he wants to push his contract. He still has to get through this whole legal trouble nonsense, so, I mean, he has to do that first, and then he has to come back to wrestling, and then he actually has to wrestle, and then the contract has to expire, and then he could be a completely different person by January 30th, you know, so we don't really know. Josh Briggs, Brooks Jensen, and Fallon Henley could be getting called up to the main roster soon. Great! More power to them. There's not really much else I can say about that. I'm over the moon about it, and I can't wait to see them. Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer said Andrade is not on good terms with AAA. I don't know why. I honestly have no idea why. I don't get the reason as to why. It could be anything. And they said perhaps it could be due to a financial disagreement. But even then, that just seems very, petty to worry about. So I don't know. Meltzer added that Andrade's interest in wrestling for NJPW, but NJPW doesn't like... It was either CMLL or AAA, one of them, but they didn't like one of the Mexican wrestling promotions, and that's why he wasn't allowed to be on the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Again, I have no idea. Don't ask me, okay? I'm not their parents, all right? I have no goddamn idea. And then the Young Bucks, they couldn't talk about their sneaker deal because they're suspended, which makes sense. You don't want to talk about that. It's not, not really a relevant topic. Folks, that's going to do it for this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode because I certainly enjoyed making it, and I'll definitely catch you guys in the next one.